WTO is World Trade Organization. We have been saying all entire in our course that due to WTO, the globalization has been triggered and they have been monitoring to many countries and they have been benefited to most of the countries and to open up the economy, right? Because the tariffs have come down, the quotas have been opened up. So World Trade Organization, what is this? What are its functions? The World Trade Organization is the only international organization dealing with the global rules of the trade between the nations. So it means the function is to ensure the trade flow as smoothly and predictably and as freely as possible, right? So WTO is forming the global rules of the trade, so which is most important, and between smoothly, predictably and freely, right? So among the various functions of the WTO, there are regarded as the analysts and as the most important are like below. That means it oversees the implementation, administration and the operations of the covered agreement. So those countries, those who have filed the agreement or signed the agreement, that tariff should go down and certain things. So what will happen? This implementation, administration and the operations, all things they will monitor, they will chase, they will bring some pressure so that the economy opens up, tariffs come down and the trade flows outside that country and inside coming in also is been triggered. So it provides the forum for the negotiations and for settling the disputes. Suppose there are some disputes coming in while doing the trade with the neighboring countries or outside countries, then they will come and negotiate with the countries and settling the dispute. There can be occasions initially because there will be some industry getting a little bit affected locally also or in other country also. So WTO will go and do their advocating and try to settle this. The WTO also establishes the framework of the trade policies and it does not define for any specific outcome that is concerned with the setting the rules of the trade and the policy game. So they are deciding to a general framework of the trade policy. It is not, that specifically it has to have that outcome. But by opening up, this countries start benefiting and they are concerned with the setting the rules and the trade of the policy. So it will be a kind of free trade triggered. The quotas have been opened up or the custom duties have been lowered. So automatically the trade flows, because like as I said in say 1980s, the duties have been 200-250%, and from there the next decade is coming to 100-150%. From there today it is only 5-10%. So it is tends to zero. Actually it has, WTO wants to come to zero, but practically it may not come zero, but it will settle down between 2 to 5% or 5%. But still it is a huge, the duty reduction. So how it is benefiting? Because there is a more trade, more manufacturing by importing also the raw material, and exporting also happens at the favorable cost, and the availability remains abundant to the entire globe. Is it? So this WTO is so much helpful, and all hats off to World Trade Organization, and they have really been instrumental to bring this globalization or the global village concept by practically implementing, administering and operations overview. Right? Now we will be talking about globalization and the future of Indian economy. Globalization is an inevitable, irreversible process. Despite some vested interests trying to thwart it and some other vested interests to take better advantage of the globalization than others. So it is possible, as we said, that due to globalization, those who are already opened up, they will get better benefits or more advantage. This is because increasing prosperity of the people at large of each and every country in the world is depending on the global trade and economic cooperation and the global integration of the economic activities in all spheres of trade, commerce and financial service and technology, commercialization, conservation of exhaustible resources, informal and information and knowledge acquisition and the protection of environment, ecology, food, health, security, enrichment and the cultural diversity, tourism, travel and so on. So it is going to be benefited in so many spheres of the business, of the culture, of the tourism, of the ecology, of the environment, so on and so forth. This is being increasingly realized by more and more of the common citizens of the almost every country, and the vested interest of military and dynasty ideologies and exploitations and operations of the getting more exposed and will not be able to keep up with the common people away from globalization. Means these tyrant countries, those who are having the leadership as a dictator, so they will be opposing. They will be trying to keep away from this globalization. However, they cannot stop because the citizens are knowing that what are happening in the other countries, and they will try to pressurize, and those free trade oriented government will be supported. Okay, and this globalization is inevitable. That is why. So Indian economy will also benefit, to grow with the rapid rate, ensuring the radical improvements in the standards of living and the quality of life of more than 135 billion, means 135 crores, of the people Indian over the years, and this number is going to increase. So increasing trends towards the regional trade agreement and the bilateral trade agreements will make the India realize, and India is already going through this process of liberalization and already on the fast march on the path of the globalization. And India is becoming more expert, in sorting out the issues of WTO amicably, and this may create the problems for the politicians probably and their parties. They will not be able to live comfortably luxurious lives and enjoy the privileges of the power to control and the lives of the masses, keeping them at their mercy for law. So what is happening? It is getting liberal. The money is flowing everywhere. Everybody is doing transparently the business. So the power from the politics or power from the leadership will be taken away by the local people because it is a transparent economy. See, if you are not collecting any taxes in a big way, then it is a free economy, means it is people are not burdened, So you must have seen the many countries becoming hub like Dubai or Singapore, or where the taxation level are less or no taxation level, or even taxation level is there, but there is a perfect structuring has been done and the interest rate are down and the productivity based things are happening, right? And they are attracting more investment. Command economies and the liberal democracies, the common people are increasingly revolting against any more or extent of the system to deny them for better life. So they are denying the tyranny or the dictatorship, and they want to go in for the better life. Globalization offers on the basis of religious and racial ideologies or beliefs. So because they are offering with the discrimination of the people. However, it is not going to operate, and it will maybe in the next decade. Almost 220 or 22 countries are there, and these all countries, I think almost 200 countries at least will have, what you call the opening up of the terms and opening up of the policies, and they will have it will be a really a global village where almost there is a 10 to 0 custom duties, the quotas, means it is open trade can be done in any country to any country, and within the economic groupings there will be a zero duty. So I think there are immense potential for all of us. The basic idea to take this topic, please try to, not a good word, but I want to use this, exploit this globalization and being in India in the biggest market, and also go worldwide, because you are going to have almost free trade or a very minimal duties, custom duty, and you can do open trade and make your products the best in the world products with the raw material imports or with the infrastructure or IT or artificial intelligence. You can utilize anything available globally because it will be at your doorstep. So all the best, friends. And if you still have any topics not cleared, or if you have a doubt, or you want to, first you'll have to make your plans what you want to do, and if there is any kind of help you require, you can get in touch. So till then, all the best, and go globally and have a multinational mindset. Thank you very much.